say sincerely, though, I'm going to come to you with a whole different perspective, because I have been out there working from the regulatory point of view, but also trying to get practical applications. And I'm here to tell you something that you're not going to hear very often, and that is one of the biggest mistakes the government has done on this issue is it's tried to do too much and has something else, has tried to get everybody else to do too much rather than taking the time to, first of all, make sure that politics follows science and that politics is responsive to science and that politics in itself does not guarantee successful outcomes. At the same time, I say that is, government's got to learn there's more to supporting next generation technology than writing checks and passing mandates on other people. One of the things you haven't seen with those of us in government is, what are we doing to address that? And you're just starting to see a lot of that now, especially with these military contracts for research, where government's finally saying, maybe we ought to lead through example. But you don't see that very often. I always try to harp on people about the biggest environmentalists in the world and want to stop air pollution, but they're the first ones that want to have a four-way stop in front of their house and don't give a damn that it's 5 times more polluting than not having it. I want mine and let somebody else worry about something else. And those of us in government really need to take a look at what we're not doing to be partners. And I'll tell you flat out, I think one of the biggest challenges we have, first of all, is that our friends can do us damage. When we put mandates on that cannot be sustained by scientific approach, it creates a backlash that taints the entire process. And it wasn't your fault. It was good-intentioned, at least I like to think, good-intentioned political activism that did not keep their feet firmly on the ground. Now, anybody that's worked with the Air Resources Board in California know we have perfected the technique of what we call technology forcing regulations. But you got to remember, it's an art, it's not a science, actually. You push and push and push people to make these breakthroughs. But you've got to have a break to stop when you're going too far, when you're ready to go off a technological or regulatory cliff. And the hassle is, too many of us think that the problem isn't that we're going off a cliff, but we're not just going fast enough so we can jump over that precipice and get to the other side. And when the vehicle ends up in the gutter, we always want to point fingers at everybody else or say, well, obviously, you know, we just didn't have enough horsepower to make this jump. I think that this industry has the ability to not only move us forward towards a more dependable, economically viable, and cleaner environment. But I think it has a way for us to take a look at our entire government structure, especially the federal government. But the local and the states are probably more of an impact than even the feds. I think it's a way for us to learn overall as a family that well-intentioned, be it an individual or be it a government, is not enough. We've got to be smart and intelligent.